That baby looks nothing like me. Desperate men seeking Maury's help. Men walk into this show uncertain of the possible outcome of the paternity cases. Since most of them have doubts, they turn to Maury to clear the air and to get to the bottom of things. If you've watched an episode, you know how it all gets dramatic and sometimes even chaotic. Today's video will focus on desperate men who denied their children only for the unimaginable to happen. Stick around to watch the woman who had no idea who her baby's father was. Number 5. Emily, Matt, and Austin. Emily wants to know if her fiancé Matt is the father of her 3-month-old daughter. While Emily and Matt are certain that he's the father, Emily's ex-boyfriend Austin believes that he's the dad. After Austin and Emily broke up on Christmas, they got intimate one last time. All on the same day, she immediately started dating Matt. Now these two men are contesting that they are the father, but which of them will be told that they aren't? The whole situation feels absurd because Emily insists that Matt is the father of her baby, considering they've dated for 3 years, and all that time they've had trouble getting pregnant. And that's not the worst part. It seems Emily had been two-timing both the guys since Austin confessed he's been with Emily at least 3 times ever since she had a relationship with Matt. Since she was ready to crucify Austin, Maury confirmed that Austin took a lie detector test and it turned out to be true. He wasn't lying. Knowing that she'd been caught in her lie, Emily turned to Matt asking him, "Do you believe this guy? It's not true." Matt, who was dealing with the disappointment and heartbreak, took everything so calmly and decided to forgive Emily and move on with their lives. This was already a big blow for the guy. When the paternity results came out, it turned out that Matt wasn't the father and Austin was indeed the little girl's father. Emily was so ashamed that she burst out crying, leaving the set. Matt had to go after her as Maury requested he bring her back on set. She couldn't believe what she was hearing and broke down on stage as Austin celebrated the results. Poor Matt was furious and ready to take Austin head on, but was talked out of it and decided to handle it like an adult. Maury advised Matt to take care of the little girl as her father figure, disregarding the outcome of the results, but still allow Austin to be a part of her life. Ouch. Number 4. Sabrina, Ram, and Ariel. Sabrina wants to prove that her ex-boyfriend, Ram, fathered her 10-month-old son. He started to deny being the father when Sabrina got back together with her ex-boyfriend after leaving him. While he denies Sabrina's son, Ram gladly helps raise his girlfriend Ariel's son. Both Ram and Ariel believe that Sabrina's actions are suspect. Is she lying? When Sabrina appeared on The Maury Show, she was furious at Ram for denying her son, Antonio. As always, the drama is the key ingredient in Maury episodes, so during the filming, Ram's current girlfriend Ariel accompanied him to the show. According to the two, Sabrina is a liar and a manipulator. Ram claims he couldn't possibly be the father of Sabrina's child, and the child he has with Ariel was the only one he claimed. Ariel says Sabrina posted on Facebook that Ram wasn't her baby's father. To make matters worse, Sabrina's ex was with her in the delivery room as she conceived baby Antonio, and she even gave the baby her ex's last name. Ariel exposes Sabrina's cheeky ways by stating she's tried to send suggestive pictures to Ram and it felt inappropriate how she handled things despite denying she had any feelings for this man. Furious, Ram gives a warning that once the test proves he wasn't the father of said child, Sabrina should stay away from him and his family for good. However, Sabrina claims Ram knew he was going to be a father and was excited in the beginning since it was supposed to be a girl. Sabrina reveals it came as a shocker to discover Ram had a whole other relationship with a family when they got involved. Maury brings out some interesting facts about the kids from both women, and turns out they're only 3 months apart. Sabrina found out about their relationship through a third party who told her Ram had moved Ariel to his mother's house. As much as Sabrina claimed they were both happy with their relationship, at 7 months pregnant, the two separated. Maury claimed that after their split, she went back to her ex, but in reality, she kicked out Ram because he couldn't afford to pay a $50 light bill. During her delivery, his ex was present and she tried to video call Ram after delivery. She insisted there was a huge resemblance between her baby boy and Ram, and even goes ahead to ask the audience, which seems to cheer her on. When Maury brings up the subject of her son Antonio being the half-brother to Ariel's child, Sabrina throws shade and claims they needed to do a DNA test on Ariel's child since she doesn't believe it was Ram's. The one time Ram has had contact with the baby was once, and even then, he'd sent Ariel to pick him up on his behalf. Antonio's grandmother even claimed he looked nothing like his son, and Sabrina thinks the best solution is for all of them to stay away. Ariel has been a huge barrier between Sabrina and her supposedly baby daddy. She even had him block her on all platforms just to cut off communication. When Ram had Antonio over, the baby was supposed to spend at least a week with him, but when Sabrina got to Facebook, she found Ram and Ariel arguing over the situation, and it seemed he wasn't ready to claim the child. Seeing this, she decided to get her son and make the decision that Ram would never get to have a relationship with him. When all the three were put together on stage, a whole lot of chaos broke loose. The two women went off on each other as the crowd cheered them on. Maury decided to grill Ram for his personal choices because he was okay with Sabrina being pregnant while he had another woman, Ariel, pregnant at the same time. Ram claims he's ready to take responsibility for the baby, but has his doubts because Sabrina's ex has been in the picture for a very long time. He even saw a Facebook picture of him kissing her baby bump. Even after all these doubts and drama, once Maury opened the DNA results, it was a wrap. Ram turned out to be the father of Antonio. Number 3. Casey and Jordan. Casey wants to prove to her boyfriend Jordan that he's the father of her 5-month-old daughter. Jordan is only denying their baby because Casey's ex-best friend Chelsea told Jordan that she was sleeping with multiple men, while family members of Jordan said they overheard her video chatting with another man. Casey is 100% sure that Jordan is the father of her daughter Serenity, but their friends and family completely disagree. Not only did one of Casey's close friends accuse Casey of sleeping with 4 different men while she was pregnant, but also Jordan's mother Stephanie claims that she caught Casey video chatting with men while Jordan was at work. Casey says she's been with her boyfriend for about 18 months and the two live together. However, Jordan started having doubts about being the father of the baby just 2 months into Casey's pregnancy. Jordan claimed that his girlfriend must have gotten pregnant during the time he was out of town. Casey, who was furious with everyone, claims she was innocent and even had proof of a lie detector test which she took to settle the accusations of her messing around with other men. Maury unleashes more suggestive evidence that Casey's ex-best friend shared with Jordan. It was supposedly a video of Casey with a guy at a dollar store getting intimate. Casey defends herself and claims the place was packed and she had no idea who the man was and only turned around to check. When Jordan came on stage, the two just started lashing out at each other, finger-pointing. But Casey feels he's held back providing love and care for his daughter. Jordan's claims seem very immature because he claims that the baby looked white and had fewer features of him, forgetting she was mixed since Casey was white. As the accusations escalated, the two seemed like they were ready to scream their throats out. According to Jordan's mother, Stephanie, Casey had posted on Facebook that she'd had a miscarriage the time Jordan was out of town. Then suddenly when he got back, she was pregnant again. This raised suspicions that couldn't be ignored. Before we reveal the results, do you believe Jordan is the father of this baby? Tell us in the comment section below before proceeding with the video. When the DNA results came in, Jordan turned out to be the father. Luckily enough, the lie detector test results were in Casey's favor too. This calls to show that maybe Stephanie just didn't like her. Number 2, Hope and JR. According to JR, the two met and had a one-night stand. On his side, he claimed to have used protection, but was shocked 2 weeks later when Hope reached out claiming to be 6 weeks pregnant. People had warned him about Hope being crazy, but he never took things literally. Hope claims she only told him to decide between keeping the pregnancy or not because she had an idea of how irresponsible JR was. According to her, when she broke the news to him, he seemed happy about it, but later switched up on her after claiming he used protection, forgetting the bit where she took it off. By the time her water broke, she immediately went to the hospital and JR accompanied her, but a shocking revelation made the suspicion worse. The nurse declared Hope got pregnant on February 3rd, which was way before she met with JR. Hope told Maury that JR has made no effort to see the child and has even called the baby a bastard. When JR got to the stage, everything just took a downward spiral. The two couldn't hold a proper conversation and seemed ready to jump on each other's throats. When Maury read out the DNA results, JR was already leaving the stage before he revealed that he was the father. Maury announced that he was indeed the father and had to step up. When the two were backstage, it showed how toxic they could be if they ever chose to fix their weird little family. Number 1, Timmy, John, and Alicia. As you know, we always save the best for last. This trio drama between Alicia, Timmy, and John will give you trust issues and make you disregard relationships. The three want to get to the bottom of things and find out who the real father of Alicia's son, Logan, is, because she has no idea herself, but hopes it turns out to be Timmy. But get this, John, who she hopes isn't the father, has been married to her for 5 years. Alicia admits she made a huge mistake, and her marriage with John was completely falling apart. When she found out he cheated on her, it destroyed her, and for revenge, she went online to find a man named Timmy, and claims they fell in love. However, her relationship with John wasn't over and chose to get back together. It was around this time that she got pregnant with her son Logan, but wasn't sure who the father was, as she'd been with both men. Aside from this dilemma, the woman bluntly admitted she's in love with both men, but prefers Timmy to be the father of her son. Alicia reveals John has been a neglectful father to their other children, and Timmy is the only one who's been ready to care for Logan as his own. Alicia reveals John has been a neglectful father to their other children, and Timmy is the only one who's been ready to care for Logan as his own, despite the uncertainty. John, who's furious with his wife for cheating, denies allegations that he cheated on her first with her best friend. Timmy reveals that he had no idea she was still married because Alicia had told him she was divorced. When the DNA results came in, it turned out John wasn't the father, and this was all this man had hoped for. Because he just stood up and started sending threats calling their relationship over.